Good day and God bless you, and welcome to the Bible reading in chronological order. Just such a privilege to have you with us. We thank the Lord for each of you. Thank you for joining us and for participating with us in the reading of the Word of the Lord. I pray that the Lord would just minister to us today, that He would show us the things concerning Himself, that He would lead us closer to Himself in and through His Word. Today we're busy in the book of Numbers, and we're going to be going through chapters 1 and 2. But before we get into the chapters, we're going to quickly have a look at an overview of the book. Now, the name of the book varies from the Hebrew name of the book in that the name Numbers was given to the book in English because in this book we read of the census that was taken and that the people were divided into their camps. In the Hebrew, though, the name of the book translates to In the Wilderness. So that's quite a strange one and one that you can add to your Bible trivia knowledge. But there is something significant in there as well. When we look at it in the English, we see that it is called the Book of Numbers, and this is now speaking about as Israel are multiplying in the wilderness, as they are growing in number. We see that there is a shift in the mindset of the people, that they become much more carnal in their thinking and not as spiritual as they should be, coming in from the book of Leviticus. But when we consider the name In the Wilderness, this is where the children of Israel sort of decide their fate, that they would die in the wilderness and that their children would take the promised land. We're going to get into that, and you can see how this unfolds as we go. But this is the fourth book of Moses, written in the wilderness wanderings of the children of Israel in approximately 1450 to 1410 BC. Now we're going to see something very beautiful when we look at how the camp of Israel was set up. In that we can see the Lord's plan of redemption already taking place. But we're going to get to that in chapter 2. For now, let's just go into chapter 1. And in chapter 1, we see that the book starts in a very strange way. It starts with the word and. Most English scholars will tell you that we're not even allowed to start a sentence with the book and, but imagine starting an entire book with the word and. And that is because it is a continuation from the book of Leviticus. It is not a separate entity, it is not a separate book as such, but it is a continuation of the book of Leviticus. But it is a continuation not so much in the Lord giving the law to the people now, but now it is the people that have to live out this law that the Lord has commanded them, that the Lord has given them. And so we see that the men of war are numbered. Now what does that tell us? That tells us that an army is being assembled, so we can expect a war to begin or a war to start. If they are numbering soldiers and they are getting the military in order, then we must understand that the military now has a purpose and they are going to be called on. And then we see as the chapter continues that the Levites are exempted for tabernacle service. So the Levites would not be part of the soldiers, they would not be part of the tribes as such. They were exempted so that they could serve in the tabernacle. Now something very beautiful to consider when we look at it, if we consider verse 1 of Numbers chapter 1, and it says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tabernacle of the congregation, on the first day of the second month, in the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying." Now, when we look at that, we get an understanding of what the Lord is telling Moses here, but we see that the Lord spoke to Moses in the tabernacle of the congregation. In the book of Leviticus, we see that Moses had to be outside of the tabernacle. The presence of the Lord had filled the tabernacle so much that Moses could not enter in. But now he had received the Levitical law, he had received that word of the Lord, and now he is invited to come into the tabernacle to fellowship with the Lord there, to hear from the Lord directly there. And then we get to chapter 2, and here we see the ordering of the tribes in their tents. Now, very important that we understand, when the Lord said that you need to encamp on the east side, the children of Israel would not camp on the northeast or on the southeast. They would move eastward. And so then it would be a long passage of people rather than a wide passage of people. So when we look at that and we see then how the tribes were divided and we see the numbers of the tribes, we see that it comes out with the most amazing picture here. We see, starting at the east side, the camp of Judah, we see 186,400 people. Then you move to the south side and you see the camp of Reuben, 151,450. To the west side, the camp of Ephraim, 108,100. And then to the north side, the camp of Dan, 157,600. And this then, when we look at it, forms the shape of a cross. Now, how can that even be? We know that the Lord was looking down and knew the plan of redemption. And He was showing the Israelites here that through them would all the families of the earth be blessed, if at the heart of them was the tabernacle of God, the presence of God. And when the presence of the Lord was in the center of that camp, we know then that that camp represented the cross of Christ that would come later on, that taking on of the sin of man. And so then when we look at it as well and we see the banners of these tribes, we see that on the east side, the banner of Judah stood for those three camps there, and that was the lion. We move on to the west side, and that was the ox, the banner of Ephraim. And then we look at the south side, we see the camp of Reuben, which was the man. And then we see on the north side, the camp of Dan, we see that that was a flying eagle with a snake in its mouth. Now that is so beautiful, because when we look at the picture of heaven, we see that the beasts around the throne, what were they? They were the lion, the ox, the man, the eagle. And this is so phenomenal when we look at it in this way, that these were actually the flags that stood at the camp of Israel. The Lord was showing such a deeper picture here. All we need to do is to draw it out and to see it here. So please don't be overwhelmed with the numbers. We've tried to do as much work as we can for you in this, but take it all in. I pray that the Lord would bless you and keep you. May the Lord make His face to shine upon you. The Lord lift up His countenance upon you, and the Lord give you peace. God bless you as you enjoy the reading of the Word today.
The fourth book of Moses, called Numbers, chapter 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the tabernacle of the congregation, on the first day of the 2nd month, in the 2nd year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel, after their families, by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male by their polls, from 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel. Thou and Aaron shall number them by their armies. And with you there shall be a man of every tribe, every one head of the house of his fathers. And these are the names of the men that shall stand with you. Of the tribe of Reuben, Elizur the son of Shedeur. Of Simeon, Shelumiel the son of Zurishaddai. Of Judah, Nahshon the son of Amminadab. Of Issachar, Nethaneel the son of Zuar. Of Zebulun, Eliab the son of Helon. Of the children of Joseph, of Ephraim, Elishama the son of Ammihud. Of Manasseh, Gamaliel the son of Pedahzur. Of Benjamin, Abidan the son of Gideoni. Of Dan, Ahiezer the son of Ammishaddai. Of Asher, Pagiel the son of Ochran. Of Gad, Eliasaph the son of Deuel. Of Naphtali, Ahira the son of Enan. These were the renowned of the congregation, princes of the tribes of their fathers, heads of thousands in Israel. And Moses and Aaron took these men which are expressed by their names, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the 2nd month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, by their polls. As the Lord commanded Moses, so he numbered them in the wilderness of Sinai. And the children of Reuben, Israel's eldest son, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Reuben, were 46,500. Of the children of Simeon, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, those that were numbered of them, according to the number of the names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Simeon, were 59,300. Of the children of Gad, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Gad, were 40,005,650. Of the children of Judah, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Judah, were 314,600. Of the children of Issachar, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Issachar, were 54,400. Of the children of Zebulun, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Zebulun, were 57,400. Of the children of Joseph, namely of the children of Ephraim, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Ephraim, were 40,500. Of the children of Manasseh, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Manasseh, were 32,200. Of the children of Benjamin, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Benjamin, were 35,400. Of the children of Dan, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Dan, were 62,700. Of the children of Asher, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Asher, were 41,500. Of the children of Naphtali, throughout their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the numbers of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Naphtali, were 53,400. These are those that were numbered, which Moses and Aaron numbered, and the princes of Israel, being 12 men. Each one was for the house of his fathers. So were all those that were numbered of the children of Israel, by the house of their fathers, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war in Israel, even all they that were numbered, were 600,003,550. But the Levites after the tribe of their fathers were not numbered among them. For the Lord had spoken unto Moses, saying, Only thou shalt not number the tribe of Levi, neither take the sum of them among the children of Israel. But thou shalt appoint the Levites over the tabernacle of testimony, and over all the vessels thereof, and over all things that belong to it. They shall bear the tabernacle, and all the vessels thereof, and they shall minister unto it, and shall encamp round about the tabernacle. And when the tabernacle setteth forward, the Levites shall take it down, and when the tabernacle is to be pitched, the Levites shall set it up. And the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. And the children of Israel shall pitch their tents, every man by his own camp, and every man by his own standard, throughout their hosts. But the Levites shall pitch round about the tabernacle of testimony, that there be no wrath upon the congregation of the children of Israel. And the Levites shall keep the charge of the tabernacle of testimony. And the children of Israel did according to all that the Lord commanded Moses, so did they. Chapter 2. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, Every man of the children of Israel shall pitch by his own standard with the ensign of their father's house. Far off about the tabernacle of the congregation shall they pitch. And on the east side, toward the rising of the sun, shall they of the standard of the camp of Judah pitch throughout their armies. And Nahshon the son of Amminadab shall be captain of the children of Judah. And his host, and those that were numbered of them, were 314,600. And those that do pitch next unto him shall be the tribe of Issachar. And Nethaneel the son of Zuar shall be captain of the children of Issachar. And his host, and those that were numbered thereof, were 54,400. Then the tribe of Zebulun, and Eliab the son of Helon shall be captain of the children of Zebulun. And his host, and those that were numbered thereof, were 57,400. All that were numbered in the camp of Judah were 100,000 and 80,000, and 6,400 throughout their armies. These shall first set forth. On the south side shall be the standard of the camp of Reuben, according to their armies. And the captain of the children of Reuben shall be Elizur the son of Shedeur. And his host and those that were numbered thereof were 46,500. And those which pitched by him shall be the tribe of Simeon. And the captain of the children of Simeon shall be Shelumiel the son of Zurishaddai. And his host and those that were numbered of them were 59,300. Then the tribe of Gad. And the captain of the sons of Gad shall be Eliasaph the son of Reuel. And his host and those that were numbered of them were 45,650. All that were numbered in the camp of Reuben were 100,000, and 50, and 1,450 throughout their armies. And they shall set forth in the second rank. Then the tabernacle of the congregation shall set forward with the camp of the Levites in the midst of the camp. As they encamp, so shall they set forward, every man in his place by their standards. On the west side shall be the standard of the camp of Ephraim, according to their armies. And the captain of the sons of Ephraim shall be Elishama the son of Ammihud. And his host and those that were numbered of them were 40,500. And by him shall be the tribe of Manasseh. And the captain of the children of Manasseh shall be Gamaliel the son of Pedahzur. And his host and those that were numbered of them were 32,200. Then the tribe of Benjamin. And the captain of the sons of Benjamin shall be Abidan the son of Gideoni. And his host and those that were numbered of them were 35,400. All that were numbered of the camp of Ephraim were 100,000, and 8,000, and 100 throughout their armies. And they shall go forward in the third rank. The standard of the camp of Dan shall be on the north side by their armies. And the captain of the children of Dan shall be Ahiezer the son of Ammishaddai. And his host and those that were numbered of them were 62,700. And those that encamp by him shall be the tribe of Asher. And the captain of the children of Asher shall be Pagiel the son of Ochran. And his host and those that were numbered of them were 41,500. Then the tribe of Naphtali. And the captain of the children of Naphtali shall be Ahira the son of Enan. And his host and those that were numbered of them were 53,400. All they that were numbered in the camp of Dan were 100,000, and 50, and 7,600. They shall go hindmost with their standards. These are those which were numbered of the children of Israel by the house of their fathers. All those that were numbered of the camps throughout their host were 600,000, and 3,550. But the Levites were not numbered among the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses. And the children of Israel did according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. So they pitched by their standards, and so they set forward, every one after their families, according to the house of their fathers.